Welcome back, everyone, to I'm No Genius, and a happy Halloween to all of our listeners. We're dressed up in our Halloween costumes. Grant, what are you for Halloween this year?
I am Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
For
There's a lot
Napoleon.
of us down here. We're kind of coordinating. Colin, sadly, he couldn't be here tonight, but he is our Napoleon. And I ended up being Uncle Rico.
There you go. I got a quick question for you. Could you throw a pigskin over the mountains if you wanted to?
I'd throw it a quarter mile back in '86.
Back in '86, coach should have put you in the fourth quarter. You would have taken state, right?
Should have, absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely. There you go. What's your costume, Eli?
So my costume is well, I mean, like I kind of like so like when I put my costume on, you thought I was Jesse Pinkman, but
Yeah, my mind went straight to Pinkman, but it's okay.
you know,
Well,
I'm supposed to be a SoundCloud rapper, kind of like basically I'm wearing a beanie that's very elevated above my head. It's not over my ears. If I wasn't wearing these headphones, I would get like fake earrings to put on my ears or something like that. I'm wearing glasses that for them they aren't prescription, but for me they are. And obviously the flannel over the sweatshirt that completes the ensemble. But
yeah,
yeah,
you need some face tats. You
I
gotta
need
get
like
the
yeah something
like the
like
teardrop or like the sadness under the eye or something like that.
right or
Yeah.
like a fake grill or something like that.
Yep. There you go. You
Just
should have got like the little gum wrapper
yeah.
that really brought it together.
I should have went all out, but I didn't. I figured I needed to maintain some appearances for this podcast. But Grant, how's your week going?
It's going good. It's a pretty light week. Nothing crazy. Last week we had a lot of exams, a lot of midterms. This week we're just kind of coasting into Halloween weekend. How about you?
I mean, yeah, same thing. Just coasting into that Halloween weekend. I finished up all my midterms last week and everything.
That's good.
How did the midterm process go for you?
They all went pretty good. I got a few of my grades back. Some of them you get right away just because you take them on computers. But I'm still waiting on a couple grades. But I don't feel like I did bad on any of the tests, which is a little sigh of relief. Classes aren't too bad this semester, so hopefully
That's
I
good.
should get
Yeah,
good grades. But yeah, I feel pretty good about it. You?
I feel pretty good about my midterms as well. I mean, I had two online midterms and then one in person midterm
Mm-hmm.
that was on paper.
The little Scantron or
Not even a Scantron. It was just like an old fashioned, like
old school?
like those old school tests. Like, do you remember like those tests that we used to get in like history class or something like that, where there were like multiple choice, short answer,
The answer,
and then
just the big packets. Yeah.
at the very end there was like an extended response or whatever. I haven't done those in forever, but it was for my screenwriting class, and
Okay.
he didn't really care about the exam that much. He just needed to give it out. So like
So you're communications, right?
yeah.
What is your schedule like this year or this semester at least? Because I don't know anyone who's communications major, so I don't know what kind of classes they're taking or
Yeah.
stuff
Um,
like that.
that surprises me that you don't know that many communications majors because like I
Actually, I
think
guess Taya is a communications major, but
yeah,
I don't think I've ever asked her about
yeah,
courses or anything.
yeah. Well, like so communication. I don't know how it is at OU, but like at communications at OSU, there's a lot of online classes and everything, like asynchronous online and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like I have three classes that are asynchronous online. Just basically they dump the notes online and then I teach myself, which it's not terrible. It's not hard concepts to learn or whatever. And then I've got two in-person classes that are on Wednesdays and Fridays, and they're pretty much back to back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
But
You're pretty solid schedule.
pretty solid schedule. I mean, like next, so today's the 25th. Tomorrow, I have to schedule for next semester,
Mm-hmm.
and that my workload is going to be even lighter. Like my in person classes are going to be even lighter for next semester because I only need 9 more credits to
I was
like
gonna say
to,
graduate.
to graduate. But like I want to be a full time student so I can get all the perks and everything.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna take the just like another like 2 credit hour class because like I have 10 credit hours lined up, but I'll just take a 2 credit hour class just just to be a full time student or whatever. But like the only in person class that I have next semester is this class for the Lantern newspaper. which is like
Lantern.
the Lantern. Yeah,
Okay.
it's OSU's student newspaper. So I mean, I'm basically going to get a job at the Lantern next semester. So that's pretty cool.
There you go. So after next semester, you are you going back for any other degrees, or are you just you're out, you're working?
I think I'm just going to be done. Like if I can get a good job after, like, if obviously I'm going to start, like, applying to jobs, like,
Yeah,
February or March and stuff, and
yeah.
see what I can get. And if I
If you
get a
got
good
something lined up,
Yeah, if I get something lined up, I might as well just stop while I'm ahead. So
there you go. Yeah. I don't. I mean, you can always go back and if at some point you want to do something, but yeah, if you got something lined up, start
yeah,
making some money.
yeah.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure that's what both of my parents did. I think they got their bachelor's degrees, and then later on, like when they're like, late 20s, early 30s or something, they took, like, some night classes or whatever, and
Yeah.
got their masters that way. So
There you go. What's well, Patty's educate. What was Clay's major?
my dad majored in chemistry, and
Okay. Oh,
and
I
he
knew that. Yeah,
yeah,
I heard that before.
and he minored in English. So
Okay.
his job is really the best of both worlds. He publishes chemistry, like, articles and everything. So like he does a lot of science reading, basically. So
Is that what he wanted to do all along, or did it just kind of work out like that with his major and minor?
I mean, it just kind
They're
of it
kind
just,
of very different.
yeah, it just kind of worked out for him. I mean, like, he took chemistry and, minored in English to seem like a well-rounded applicant for most jobs and everything. And I guess it worked out for him because, like, the first interview that he went into at the company that he still works with today, he interviewed for the job and he said, "This is my base salary." And he says, "Okay, well, our base salary is a lot higher than that." And he goes like, "Oh, okay, I'll take the job." Like, so, like, they said, we'll start you out higher than what you're asking for.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
pretty nice. Yeah.
Is my Wi-Fi okay today?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Okay, shout out to Drew Santo letting me use his room because we have a select few spots in the house where we can actually do Zoom calls. But
Oh,
shout
sir.
out, shout out to Drew. We got that figured out. So I'm literally in the next room. I mean, yeah, you've been here, you know where it is, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently, this room works better. So shout out to
Yeah.
Drew. We got the Kawhi Leonard poster in the background and
I
Michael
see.
Jordan.
I see that, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, like, last time we were on a podcast episode today was the 50th episode, and
Yep.
you gave all of us a house tour and everything. You guys were very great hosts. We had a great time down in Athens.
Yes, we did.
We hung out at the house for a while, then we went out on the town, got into some
Hmm.
trouble. Huh? No,
No,
we did.
no, no, we
We,
didn't.
we didn't get into trouble. I'm just kidding. We had a very safe night. And then we ate pizza afterwards and watched the Colorado game.
Yeah, we did.
And that
Yep.
that that game was a stinker. Which actually that leads me to my first talking point of today. Dion
Sir,
Dion Sanders, Coach
yeah,
Prime. What's your
prime
opinion?
time.
What's your opinion of Prime Time?
I love Coach Prime. I don't know. I like what he's got going on over there. I can't wait to see. I mean, this is only his first year there, and they're doing better. Before the season, everyone was saying that they'd only get like 2, 3 wins. I mean, what's their record right now? Are they like 5-3 or something?
I think they're 5-4, so just over 500.
Okay, but still, like, I mean, I can't wait to see what he does in the future. And assuming his son comes back to school next year, I think they should have a pretty good team. They just got to bring in some offensive and defensive linemen.
Yeah, I like Coach Prime too and everything. He's a man of faith, as am I.
Yeah.
He like I love everything that he talks about. But, like, the main thing that I think a lot of people take a problem with is that he's, representing a brand. He's trying to sell, Colorado football is, like, this larger than life organization. And,
Hmm.
like, whenever they lose, people are ready to ridicule that or mock that. So
Yep.
yeah, it stinks for him. But, like, I like Shadur Sanders a lot.
Yeah.
He seems like a solid guy. So
It's
I don't.
fun to watch. It gets people watching. They're 4-3, by the way.
Oh,
Dang,
they're
I thought they were.
jeez.
It's okay. Yeah, but I don't. They're entertaining, and I mean that's what we're looking for in college football,
Yeah.
and they're decent.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty. I mean they're, like, it's like you said, they're doing better than a lot of the people, like a lot of the professionals said they would this year. But
Yeah.
I mean the Stanford game that we watched in Athens 2 weeks ago, that was a rough game for them.
That was a
because
rough game. Definitely one that they thought they'd win. Stanford
yeah,
is 2-5, and one of their wins came against Colorado.
yeah, it's not a good look for Colorado, but I mean, well, like, and I actually saw the I think it was the post game speech for that game. I mean, like Coach Dion, he said his piece and everything. It was like one of those, late game speeches where everyone's, kind of sulking and everything like that. And the last thing he said was, "Hey, practice in the morning." And that stinks to hear, like for a college athlete. Like it stunk to hear. I mean, like I don't know if like your coach ever said stuff like that, like practice like 6 a.m. or something in the morning.
Sunday, yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting on the track, something
like
like that.
like that's the worst thing to hear. You don't want after a long game where you're all sore and beat up, you do not want to practice in the morning.
Yeah, don't even want to think about it. After you just got your asses handed to you, do not want to think about practicing. Something kind of sad about, I mean, we were just talking about Stanford, Colorado. This is the last season for the Pac-12, and they are like by far the most entertaining conference right now. The SEC kind of sucks. Big Ten is kind of like top heavy, but the Pac-12 has so many good teams right now. It's kind of sad. It's their last season before they all break up, but Oregon, Washington, USC, Colorado, I mean, Utah, pretty good conference.
Yeah, I mean it is a good conference. It's sad to see it, break up after, their long history and everything. But I mean, we're getting a couple of those teams into the Big Ten and everything.
We
So
are, isn't it? USC, Washington, UCLA, right? I
I
think.
believe so. But and it should be interesting, especially with the addition of
And
Washington
Oregon. Yeah.
and Oregon. We're getting Oregon
Yeah,
too.
and Oregon. Yeah.
Okay, so
I
Washington
think.
and Oregon, those are the two big schools right there. USC, I would include them, but they like literally this past week they just dropped out of playoff contention, so
Yeah.
I'm not even going to include them. Uh,
By the time they're in the Big Ten, Caleb Williams will be gone. I mean, most likely he's been talking about sticking around if the wrong team gets him. Have you seen all that? Like,
no, no, I haven't.
he's saying like whatever team drafts him, he wants like uh, ownership in the team. Like he wants like a certain percent in the team ownership instead of like a salary or whatever, which is kind of wild coming from someone who's never played a single down in the NFL.
So like where does he suggest this ownership is going to come from? Like is it going to like
Um, shit. Hold up here in a second.
because they can't just like make like shares of ownership just appear out of thin air. Like that's kind of like a big decision. So
I don't know. USC quarterback Caleb Williams is sensationally informing prospective agents that he wants partial ownership in any franchise that selects him. So he's I don't know. He hasn't even been playing that good this year. Like he was Heisman last year, but he'll still be the number one quarterback off the board. But I don't know. It's a pretty crazy request from a college athlete.
from a college athlete requesting part, I mean, like I get that these guys are athletes and they can make requests like that, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
maybe they can't, maybe they're unjustified or whatever. But can you imagine you and I graduating with your business degree and my communications degree, going into a company and saying, hey, like with my contract, I want partial ownership of the company and everything. I want like you know 40 shares or whatever, stuff like that. That they would laugh you out of the room.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if
I mean, if you're like not in our case back to football, but like if Brady at some point in his late 30s asked for that, I feel like that'd be a lot more reasonable. Like it's still pretty wild and like unreasonable, but he's established at that point he's won some Super Bowls, but coming from someone who's never played it down, you don't know how he's going to look in the NFL.
yeah,
Kind of
so
wild.
like an unproven athlete like that, especially coming off a season where they're not playing very well. I know that, like you said, they won the Heisman the year before and everything, but people have very short term memory when it comes to the NFL draft and everything. Like they don't care what you did your second to last year in college. They care what you did last season and everything.
Yeah.
Like they want to see you succeed most recently. So there's a lot of buzz around it and everything. I mean, Caleb Williams, USC has not been doing very well this year. They've not lived up to expectations. And now he's asking for partial ownership to whoever drafts him. That's going to turn a lot of good teams like away right off the bat. Just like, okay, we're not even interested in this guy. He's, wanting partial ownership when he's not even doing that well.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Kind of sticking with college football here. I mean, I'm sure you have been caught up with it being from Ohio State, but the whole Michigan situation with
Oh,
Harbaugh.
dude, I look, we're going to talk about this. I love this topic. This is my new favorite
It's,
topic.
so I didn't get the full like understand. I didn't look into it that much at first. And at first I was like stealing signs, like that's what people do in sport. Like it's not that big of a deal. But then once like I kind of went down a little rabbit hole and I looked into it more, I was like, okay, this might be a problem. Like you can't do this. It's that's a pretty crazy situation and there could be some pretty harsh penalties to come from it.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's like you said, like sign stealing on the surface, it just appears like, like very elaborate scouting and everything, which,
Mm,
I think a lot of people can get behind, like, oh, what's the point? Like they're just scouting the other teams, they're trying to get an advantage. But when it gets to the point where like, you are buying tickets on the other team, like in front of like the other team's like behind the other team's sideline and everything
yeah.
to try and get some of their calls so you can get an advantage. It's just like, okay, come on. Like at the same time, I know you guys get paid millions of dollars to ensure that your school wins a national championship and bowl games, but this is a game and it's about sportsmanship. There has to be some level of sportsmanship involved with, these contests. And
So this guy, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
no,
Were
no, it's
you?
okay. No, it's okay.
No, this guy Connor Stallions. It's the main guy who's been going to these games, and it's like the one that you can see on the sideline with like the big like packet of plays he flips through. And like there's been clips coming out of him from the past couple of years, like standing right next to Harbaugh with like the big packet, and like right when like an audible's called or something, he'll like lean over to him and then like they'll throw up some signals or something. But the part that like makes it even worse for Michigan is um when you look at how they've done in like bowl games in the past, because like I mean, they've really turned it around the past couple of years. But when you look at how they've done in like bowl games, when they don't have the opportunity to like go and look at the signs, it hasn't worked out super well for them. So, I mean, there might be a little bit of realness to the story and the situation going on.
Yeah, and like, talking about the bowl games a little bit, the thing that comes to mind is the TCU game where,
Yeah,
they get absolute like TCU like wipes the floor with Michigan. And it's because Michigan, kind of thought as TCU as like an afterthought, or, they didn't have the capability to, scout, quote unquote, them like in the past. So like, it's just like look, everyone around here hates Harbaugh, and now this is just like, fuel for the fire. This is just fanning the flames a little bit. So it's going to be
the
interesting.
pretty crazy situation going on here. Sorry, I was just kind of looking up how they've done in the past in their bowl games.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty bad. It's our college football talk.
that is. I mean, like the last thing that I will say is that I wish I could afford tickets to the Michigan game because
Oh yeah. Is
because I
that this year? It's in Ann Arbor,
it's
right?
yeah, it's in Ann Arbor this year, and then next year it will. I think it will be back in Columbus, but
Okay.
I'm not. I think they flip every other year, but like it will be interesting to see like what the atmosphere is going to be like in Ann Arbor because like Ohio State fans we always get like a good chunk of fans to go to the games and everything. It's never just blue and yellow whenever you see an Ann Arbor game and Ohio State's playing. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
It's at the
But
shoe. Yeah, big year, big year. What do you think? What are the very early predictions for the game?
I mean, I know for a fact that it will be a close one, and sign stealing may have uh, a large factor in how close it is. But who knows? I mean, like OSU is not afraid to do some, kind of wild stuff from time to time. They might change their entire playbook by the time Michigan comes around. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Like,
As long as they got Maserati Marv out there, right?
oh my, like I think was it you or was it Cam who sent me who sent in the group chat Gus Johnson talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. and it was like every 20 seconds or something. He said like, and it's Maserati Marv on the move, or it's Maserati Marv with a reception, stuff like that. And
Yeah, there were some Buckeye fans who ate that up, thought it was the funniest, coolest thing ever. I got so tired of it. After I like the first time I heard it, I kind of like cringed. I was like, that one's not going to stick. But he just stuck with it and kept like pounding it in the entire game. I don't know. I didn't really like it.
I mean, like, I guess persistence is the goal. Like he's trying to make this a thing. Like, make it a nick, like kind of like Magic Johnson a little bit. But I don't know. Like Maserati Marv, it's kind of a mouthful. But like, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember like so this past weekend, my family came to Columbus. Like they don't live 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes away. They came to
Made the
Columbus.
trip.
Yeah, they made the trip to Columbus, and we walked. We didn't get tickets or anything to the game, but we walked around and we went to college game day. We saw the Skull session. We went to a big noon kickoff, and then like during the game, we went to Casuela's, a restaurant on High Street. Shout out.
Oh,
We ate some Mexican
appropriate.
food. Yeah, we ate some Mexican food and we watched the game, and it was awesome because like nobody was there because everyone was at the game except for two guys who were at the bar, and I guarantee you they put a lot of money on this game because
They were stressing.
yeah, they were flipping out over every single play.
Oh
And
no.
and then I think like one play, like they sent one of our linebackers on a blitz or something, and it was like a 15-yard reception because like the receiver just slid into the slot that the linebacker just left, and the guy was like, "Are you kidding me? Why would you do something like that? You know you can't blitz on these guys." And I turned to Luke, who was sitting right next to me, and I was just like, if that was a pick right there, you would think like, "Oh my gosh, he's a genius!" Like Ryan
Yeah,
did just like come like
it's
sport.
just how it worked out.
Yeah, and like I don't want to insult our dear Colin or Garrett, but like sports people who stress about sports betting, like they're not my cup of tea. All right.
Yeah. Every day at this point, there's always some sport on that they'll got something on, but I don't know that game, the Penn State game was Big Ten football at its finest. It was a pretty boring game. Wasn't a whole lot of scoring, but hey, we came out with a win, so can't complain.
We did come out with a win. Can't complain. But,
Can't complain.
yeah.
On to Wisconsin next week.
Yeah.
OU lost, sadly. I just had to throw that out there. We
N-
lost a game that we shouldn't have lost. So now we are. I mean, we're I think we're bowl bound still, but we were talking about being ranked, and that's kind of off the table now.
Are you Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl bound?
We are. We're actually doing better at this point than we were last year at this point. So hopefully, hey, two in a row. Let's go for it. We got Miami of Ohio this Saturday. That's our the game. So I think yeah, it's at OU too. So big game coming up this weekend.
I mean,
Bobcats by a million.
yeah, well, yeah, you have to take the over on that.
Have
Um,
to. High
yeah.
scoring game coming.
But like I just wish like in the future that like all of the Ohio teams would get to the level where they could, kind of make like compete against each other. I mean, it's going to happen in 2025 where OU is playing against OSU, or no, 2026.
I think it's 2025, pretty
Okay.
sure.
Well, 2025 onward, OU is going to play against OSU, and that should be fun. Uh
We all have to get together and go to that game. We
yeah,
have to.
we have
Oh
to.
my God, that'll be so much fun.
We should tailgate for that game, like and we'll have you guys in our tail. We'll set up our OSU tents and everything, but we'll
Yeah.
we'll invite you OU people. We'll invite
We'll
the
be wearing
Bobcats.
we'll be wearing our green.
Yep.
We'll be ready.
Yeah,
I don't know how it'll end up, but we'll be supporting.
yeah, supporting that's the biggest thing. Support your college athletes. They go out there every Saturday or Tuesday night, depending on where you are.
Yep.
And,
Action.
yeah, Maction and Tuesday, depending on where you are, and they go out there and they try to do their best to entertain you. That's what it is. It's entertainment. So support them. That's all.
Or
That's all I've got to say about that.
we have a speaking of Tuesdays, I'm just kind of looking at our schedule right now. We have Tuesday, November 7th, 1 p.m. kickoff.
Hmm.
Pretty wild. I don't think I've ever seen that. Usually the Tuesday games are later. Middle of the day on a Tuesday.
Middle of the day on
Interesting.
Tuesday. Are you guys going to go to that game?
This one looks like it's in Buffalo,
Oh, okay.
but let me see. Wednesday, 7 p.m. We'll go to that one at home. Yep, action's starting here soon. We're getting the weird middle of the week games coming up.
There you go. It's, 1 p.m. kickoff though. Like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because Buffalo and, Athens, they're on the same time zone.
They're at the same time. Yeah, I don't know.
So that's kind of odd, but it is what
Action, baby.
action. You can't predict it. All right. Aside from college football, how is everyone doing in the house in Athens?
Everyone in the house, everyone's they're living. I don't know. We're just kind of all we just got through midterm week, so now we're just kind of like I said, coasting into Halloween weekend. They're all trying to figure out what they're being for Halloween because we'll like do something Friday night, we'll do something Saturday, so you got to get like two different. Um, I'm doing this Friday the Uncle Rico, and then Saturday got a Peter LaFleur, Average Joe's jersey. I'll be wearing that. I think Garrett and Drew are doing Alan and Stu from The Hangover on Friday. So Drew's gonna get like the Mike Tyson tattoo. Get like I think he's gonna have Colin draw it or something, and then Garrett's being Alan. He got the baby Carlos shirt, and then we're gonna put a pillow in his shirt. Yeah, I mean we're just kind of all just kind of getting through the week, getting ready for Halloween weekend. Excited
That's
for it.
that's cool. That's cool, dude. I mean, like, with the Hangover, like, I know he's trying to get the eye tattoo and everything,
Yeah,
but something that might even be simpler is just taking like a black piece of tape, just taping it over like one tooth or
tooth
whatever.
cap.
Yeah, a little tooth
Yeah,
cap. So
yeah.
that might be
I
perfect.
think he's doing that too. He's just I don't. He wouldn't like the tooth cap would help, but I feel like if he's just wearing like a polo glasses and a tooth cap, like people might not get it. I feel like the Mike Tyson tattoo is pretty iconic for that movie, so that'll bring it all together.
Yeah, that would bring it all together. I know this
You-
cost. I know this costume is a little elaborate, but like, have you heard of anyone doing the Cal Naughton Jr. Ricky Bobby shake and
Ricky
bake?
Bobby. I have not, but I mean, I've definitely seen those costumes over the past few years. You'll see a few people out do that every single year. Those are so cool. The full like racing suits or whatever. They'll wear those. Those are awesome.
Yeah. I've got a friend here at OSU, huge Star Wars fan. Huge Star Wars fan.
Hmm.
He especially loves the prequel movies and his favorite character is Anakin Skywalker. And this year for Halloween, he is being Anakin Skywalker and he has the full like it looks authentic. Like
Yeah,
it looks like he just took it from the set of Revenge of the Sith or something like that. So it's pretty cool. And I asked him about it and I said, like, oh, dude, like, where'd you get this costume or whatever? Like, how'd you get it on such short notice? And he said, I've had this costume for like 6 years. Like, so
that's fun.
apparently he does like cosplay and everything. He goes to like, Comic Con, stuff like that as
Gotcha.
Anakin Skywalker. So,
You just
you
had
know,
that costume on deck, ready to go.
yeah,
There
I
you
mean,
go.
so like, from everyone here at I'm No Genius, stay safe on Halloween. Like seriously,
Yeah,
like, this is just a public service announcement in the middle of this episode. Everyone stay safe. Don't do anything that's gonna get you hurt or you're gonna regret. Stay safe out there, and trick or treat. If you're never too old to trick or treat, eat some candy. It should be fun.
sure.
Yeah.
Have fun. Yep. I
Oh,
support the Fourth of July.
yeah. Thank you, uh,
Yep.
Grant. Like I'm just looking at my background behind me, and this is my bedroom. Uh,
Hmm.
I posted a Be Real the other day, and I took a picture of like this corner over here in my room, and there's just one like poster, like OSU poster on that wall over there, and there's a whole like a lot of blank space right here.
Like, yeah.
And I think you commented on my Be Real, and you said like nice decorations or something like that.
Yep.
And
Nice.
I am saving up for a poster. I'm thinking about getting like like a flag or
Ooh,
something.
saving up. What
I'm
are we
like
looking at?
I don't know. Like I'm thinking something like, Game of Thrones, maybe Star Wars, or maybe like a 2000s comedy post, like, flag or something like that. So,
Okay. I mean, you can find some stuff on Amazon, be pretty cheap. You might be able to liven up the room a little bit.
yeah,
Well, I mean, you won't be there much longer, right?
I'll be there for the next semester.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
But yeah, I moved in like 4 months ago, and I still, other than the decorations that you see right here, I haven't decorated much. Like our living room, like we haven't hung up any decorations in there. So like I'm too busy, paying rent and buying groceries to pay for decorations. So
Fair, understandable. So who is it that it's just you and one roommate who's in the apartment, right?
I've got two roommates,
Okay.
Nate and Angelo. They're great
Okay.
guys. Great guys.
Cool.
Very chill. I mean, like, and Nate sometimes he like has friends over because like Nate went to I think he went to OUL like before this year, so OU Lancaster, and
Yeah.
he brings some of his friends over here for like kickoffs or like on Saturdays. So pretty cool guy. They're not loud. They keep to themselves. So
Cool.
it's pretty sweet.
Awesome.
Pretty sweet.
Glad to hear it. We'll have
Yeah.
to come up and check out the apartment at some point here soon.
Yeah.
See what you got going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's nothing compared to the Athens house by any
The
stretch of the
Athens
imagination.
house.
Yeah, like I mean, the Athens house is amazing. Like
I appreciate it.
you guys, and like I know you guys had a drawing, like or a portrait rather, of Don Cheadle when I went
We
down
actually,
there.
yeah, this past week that has been upgraded. So when we first got here, our house kind of looked like your room. It was a little bare. So we put Jarrett in charge of making some decorations, making some pictures. So he hung up these like little just white notebook paper pictures all over the house, and one of them was just Don Cheadle, just really random. And we were like, "Why'd you make Don Cheadle?" Cheadle. He was like, "Oh, I don't know, just felt like it." So we ended up ordering like a little $12 poster of Don Cheadle, and we got a frame, and it's just like him, like super serious. So now we have that hanging up downstairs. Our just kind of random, just right when you walk in, but yeah,
It might be random, but Don Cheadle is a very accomplished actor. You know, He-
very accomplished.
he's the War Machine. So I
Iron
mean,
Patriot. Yep,
he's the War Machine. He's the Iron Patriot. What else would like who else other than Iron Man would replace Don Cheadle? Like what I'm saying, like
exactly.
I think it's a great choice. But speaking of Iron Man and War Machine, have you been keeping up with the Marvel universe lately?
I'm not.
You
I've been,
know,
uh, I've been, I've been kind of checked out on Marvel recently, but proceed. I'm curious.
like I've also kind of slacked off in recent times as well. But I am watching Loki season 2,
Okay.
which I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you've seen reviews about it or anything. But Loki season 2 is actually pretty good. Um, com- uh,
I thought one was one good? I thought
season one
people liked this one.
season 1 was really good, but like
Okay.
in between season 1, which was in 2021, and season 2, which just came out, there was a lot of bad Marvel
Bad.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we already talked about Doctor Strange 2, which I liked at first, but came to my senses on eventually.
I was the
Uh,
first one to say that they were trash. I've been
yeah,
honest the whole time, but I don't. Maybe I'll have to check out Loki if you're saying it's got good review. Have you watched it at all?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's been 3 episodes so far, and
Okay.
they've all been pretty good. So I mean, like it's nothing.
That's good.
It's not going to change your life or anything, but I mean, season 1 was pretty good. Season 2 is pretty good so far, and I think it's only like there's like after a season and a half, there's only 9 episodes total so far. So it's
And
not a
like 45 minutes, hour long, something like that.
yeah 45 to an hour. So
Okay. That's
you
not
know
bad.
yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, like I'm just waiting for I don't what's the next Marvel movie to come out? Like it's it I don't even know anymore because we
I
are
don't know, they send out the big list all the way through like 2028 and
yeah.
figure it out real
And
quick.
like I've already talked about my feelings of about Marvel in the past, and it's just it. Oh wait, uh, the Marvels, like the Captain Marvel sequel, that's coming out next,
Okay.
and I will not be watching that, because I was not a huge fan of Captain Marvel 1, but I forced myself to watch it because it was right between Infinity War and Endgame, and I felt like I needed to watch it.
Yeah, didn't wanted to stay caught up. I mean, I'm not super like I like Marvel stuff growing up, but I don't feel like I need to stay caught up if something doesn't look interesting.
Yeah,
I
and I
feel like I
think
might be missing out a few key details or little Easter eggs that you guys pick up on, but I don't know.
yeah, like pretty much like I watched Secret Invasion, and that was a train wreck. It was not good at all. Like, well, I mean, like it was kind of good. Like it was, I mean, Samuel L. Jackson's always good, but other than that, it was just like it was trying to be mysterious and stuff like that, and it just wasn't working. But
Okay.
and
Yeah,
I
I didn't even hear about this.
yeah, that came like yeah, it came out like a couple of months ago, and not a lot of people saw it. So is what
Yeah,
it
Don
is.
Cheadle. Might have to check it out now.
It did have Don Cheadle, and
It had
Cheadle,
Don Cheadle.
always solid. He's always solid, dude.
Might
Um,
have to get the whole house and watch it together here.
yeah. Like other TV shows that I just started watching Fargo, the TV show. Have you heard about
Okay.
that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they always used to have commercials for that growing up, but I never got into it. I don't even really know what it's about.
It's basic. So like Fargo, it's like an anthology series. So like every season is something new or different, like new characters and everything. And all of it's like a murder mystery. Well, it's not a mystery. It's like a murder series and everything. It's like drama series or whatever. And it's all like every story they do is based on a true story of like
Okay.
of like a murder that happened in like Minnesota in like the 90s or the 2000s. And the first season stars Billy Bob Thornton, and
Okay.
Billy Bob Thornton, he's got that dog in him. Like
He
he's all like
does.
what I mean. Like, I mean, you sent me that video on TikTok of him and
Him and
Angelina,
Angelina
him
Jolie.
and
I didn't even know that they were. That's insane. That blew my mind when I saw that.
yeah. Apparently, they were married for like 3 years or something, and like before she was married to Brad Pitt. Um,
Oh, that was before.
yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah, I
that
get it.
that was
Because they were
before.
together for.
Yeah, and like they were doing this interview at like a red carpet or something, and Angelina Jolie just like could not like you would have to like use like a crowbar to separate her from Billy Bob Thornton.
She
And
and he was just doing the interview. He was unfazed. I'm like, dude,
it's just like what this guy's
Angelina Jolie,
this guy's got like the it factor or something. It's insane. Like
all up over him. It's
yeah,
wild.
but I love Billy Bob Thornton. He's an awesome actor. So and I watched like the first two episodes of Fargo, and I'm probably gonna watch the last a couple more after this. So
It's good. Have you gotten into Black Mirror at all ever?
I did watch a few episodes a while ago, and it was pretty good.
I mean, it's not like something where you have to sit down and follow a story. Like every episode is different, so it's kind of nice in that sense. But I got into it like a month ago, and it's just every episode is different, and they try to like mess with your head by the end of the episode and like make you think a little bit. And it's pretty good. They got some good episodes. Some of them are misses where you just kind of skip through after 10 minutes, but
Yeah, I
there's
think
a few
I
here that are really good.
let's see. I'm trying to think. I watched the one where the guy like goes in to test like this virtual reality video game or something,
Hmm.
and that one was trippy, dude. Because
Yeah,
his phone goes off and like the whole thing goes wrong, but he doesn't know it's going wrong, and it's just like insane. So like it's I don't know, but like other than that, I watched the one where it's this couple, this British couple, and like the husband goes out one night and he dies, and the wife like has a hard time getting over him. So she like downloads this program that like it's like AI, but like it's him talking to her and everything. So it's weird, like, but
yeah.
it makes you
They're
think.
all. Me and Drew all talked about this. They're all. Most of them are like centered around like some kind of like newer technology too, which kind of like helps the story. There was one that I just saw where it's in nursing homes. People have one. Uh, it's like 12 hours once a week where they can like go and like be in this simulation where they're like all young again. And after you die, you can like choose to either stay there or like go to wherever. They don't really like get into like religion, but like heaven for, but I don't know, they were just trying to stay like whatever. But that one was pretty interesting. But yeah, if I mean if you need something to watch, a lot of good episodes. You don't really have to follow the story. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
good.
mean, I might pick it back up again, but who knows? Like, I know the most recent season, season 6, like came out recently. So
hmm Those are the ones that I watch first because that's I don't know, that's just kind of how Netflix has it set up. They have you start at six and work your way down to one.
yeah,
Six had some really, really good episodes. So that's kind of what kept me watching.
right. Yeah, Netflix. Like the whole password sharing thing and how they're cracking down on that.
hmm
Have you experienced anything like that yet?
No, our whole family uses the same account and on a bunch of different devices. So I mean, we've never really had any. I think Drew Drew experienced that once with his account, but we haven't had any problems with ours. Have you?
I haven't had any problems yet, but I don't know why Netflix has such a big problem with password sharing. Like I get it as like a concept, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me why they would just limit like users like that because if you're just trying to fish for more buyers and everything, you're not going to be able to get as much profit as you would before. So,
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's whatever and everything. Like what oh shoot, what was the one like there's like this one series that that just got canceled and everyone's deciding to cancel their subscriptions or something. It was like a series on Max. Like
Series on Max that got canceled.
some series on Max got canceled and everyone is really ticked off because like that series got canceled and Velma is getting a season 2. Like
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what got canceled. I hadn't heard about that. But
I don't know. Maybe it was just like maybe it wasn't a huge series that obviously why it got canceled, but like maybe it was like a high quality series. I don't know. Like
yeah, got a had an audience that was watching. People aren't watching other stuff. We talked about that one time, didn't we? The Velma show. I think we did on here.
yeah, like everyone watched it because they wanted to hate watch it. They wanted to,
Yeah,
they wanted to watch it to see how bad it was, and it didn't disappoint. Like it was not very
did
good.
not disappoint.
Yeah, but it is what it. Life is not fair, especially to people in streaming
Amen.
services. So yeah, but let's see what else is big. What else is coming up in streaming lately? We're waiting on.
Did sorry, Killers of the Flower Moon. Did you guys end up go see that?
No, we didn't. Like
Oh,
I texted Sunday. I was at church. I was just leaving
yeah.
church, and I said, "Hey guys, I'm not doing anything tonight. Anybody want to see Killers of the Flower Moon with me?" And Grant said, "Shoot, I wish." Cam said, "I might be able to. I'll keep you posted." Did not hear from him again. So I was like, "Okay, I guess we're not seeing it tonight." But
Dang.
still haven't seen it yet. It's a 3.5 hour movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro, and I forgot the lead actress's name. Oh, Speak of the
But,
Devil.
yeah. Hey, what's your costume?
I am a member of the Student Athletic Advisory Council.
Nice.
Camden Primer, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember when I said I'd be here at 8:15?
Yeah.
I lied. I'm sorry. The meeting went way long. I'm currently in the library. I didn't even leave the library from the meeting site. I just came to a classroom and now I'm here. And instead of paying attention to the meeting, all I could think about was what I'm going to talk to you guys about.
What'd
Well,
you come up with?
yeah. What'd you come up with?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, you did hop in at the right time. Right now, we are talking about Killers of the Flower Moon. Uh,
Oh,
Which you
okay.
dipped on.
you said I said on a Sunday, hey, just keep me posted if you want to watch it. And Cam said, yeah, I will. Did not hear from you again. So,
Hmm.
what's your story?
Don't have one. Hand up. Just completely forgot. So bad friend Cam. Um, I'm deeply apologetic, and I was hoping that you forgot as well. When I remembered that I forgot, I was hoping that you forgot.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting. I wanted to hear how it was because I mean I want to go watch it, but it's also 3.5 hours. So I mean I wanted to hear it was good before I went and sat down and watched a 3.5 hour movie.
I mean, like I've seen reviews on it and everything, and it is Robert De Niro, it is Leonardo DiCaprio, it is Martin Scorsese. We all know it's going to be a good movie, but
Cinema.
yeah, it's cinema. Is it? But is it three? Is it worth spending 3.5 hours inside of a theater? You
They need
know?
intermissions for that. Like 2 hours feels like a lot. Once you hit over that 2 hour mark, give us a break. Let us go walk around the theater
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes. They're all betting downstairs. Something must have just happened.
Yeah, like I did see a quote from Martin Scorsese that said something to the effect of, you're willing to spend 4 hours watching an opera or, a play or whatever. Why won't you do the same for cinema? And I just thought, well, because of the intermissions.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's like one act, two act, or one act, two act, three act, and everything. And
Yeah.
it's just like you got to give them a break every once in a while.
Quick question. Have you guys ever been to the opera?
I
Yeah.
haven't had the chance to.
Oh, I have. I was just checking. I was
Yeah,
just seeing if you guys had been or something.
yeah, Cam, what was the opera that you went to called?
Harmon?
Carmen.
Hmm.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. If you want Cam's synopsis on Carmen, watch I think it was episode 49. So
Nice.
Way back.
yeah, it was way back,
Um, I know I'm late, but Eli, are you Harry Potter?
Well, that
Try again. Try again. Keep
no,
going.
no, keep going. Like
Waldo?
Because I didn't
no,
get it either,
no, he didn't
but
get it
it's okay.
either. But
Are
like
you
this,
are you Where's Waldo?
no, I'm not. Where's Waldo?
I
Grant,
said
you're
Jesse Pinkman.
You're White Frozone.
Yeah.
Eli is
Where's my pursuit?
first day at Starbucks.
I mean, like you're not far off. I'm a SoundCloud rapper, or or a very 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 cool youth pastor,
Okay, those
or
sometimes those can be one and the same.
yeah, you never know. So,
Yeah. All right. Just checking. Just checking.
but yeah, I
Said he
mean,
needed the face tats. Be
I
like
need I need
sadness, teardrop, chains going across the forehead, and he's got
paint
it.
paint
Just
my
says
finger
pain.
Pain.
paint my fingernails black and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, yeah, Grant thought I was Jesse Pinkman at first, but
Yeah.
Good
you know,
guess.
It's the
yeah,
white yo.
you almost yeah, science. It is what it is. But do you know
Did
what?
you see I'm sorry, did you see that Bryan Cranston and Jesse Pinkman were bartenders at Drake's party?
Yes, I did see that.
It
I
went
did not see that.
viral on Twitter. And they were just like serving drinks behind the bar to like all of Drake's guests. And I don't know, it was a pretty crazy clip.
Do you think when they got that invite, they're like, "Oh, sweet, I'm getting invited to Drake's party," but then they get there and like, "I have to work it. You're gonna make. I don't know how to make a dirty Shirley."
Hand out the blue stuff behind the bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, they do. I think they do own like an alcohol company or like a gin company or something. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what they were. Yeah, they're kind of putting that out. That's why they were. But yeah, it was just a wild clip. Everyone was like getting upset. They're like, they're too good. They don't need to be doing that, serving out drinks and stuff.
They're at Drake's party. They're
They're at
fine.
Drake's
yeah,
party. I don't know.
yeah.
Anyway,
But Cam, do you know what Grant is? What instead of White Frozone?
He's Uncle Rico.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
Uncle Rico.
No,
He's and he does have the football on hand just in
that's
case.
perfect.
Like
That is
that's it.
perfect.
that is
Throw
perfect.
it over the mountains whenever.
Yeah, and I know I like Grant. I believe you said Colin is going to be Napoleon Dynamite.
He is going to be Napoleon.
Has he learned the dance?
I don't know. We were no. We watched the movie a couple times this past week just to prepare for all of us
Smart.
being together, being in character. The other day we were working out in the gym and he sent me the I don't remember the name of the song, but whatever the song was from the dance that he did, and then he just like started like dancing in the gym a little bit. It was kind of funny,
Colin's the
but
type
I
of
don't know
guy
if he has
though.
the whole dance now.
Colin's the
Yeah,
type of guy though where he just has to watch it once and then he can improv it enough to where it looks similar.
Where it looks similar, you just don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
something.
He just gotta hit. He just needs to hit those like key points and everything.
Hmm.
Where like it's like okay, now we recognize that that's a part of the dance. But
Hmm.
after that, he can just kind of improv it. I mean, I saw a video of this one guy who did the Napoleon Dynamite dance 100 days in a row, and he videoed himself every single time, and he stitched them all together, and it was perfect, like in sync. Like every single movement was perfectly in sync with one another. I don't know how he did it, but
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
it was pretty cool. So, and I know like does Colin have like some lines memorized for like in his back pocket, like Tina, you fat lard?
Tina, you fat lord. I don't know.
Yeah,
He'll have something. He'll have something ready.
that's good.
I
My
think we
favorite.
got like seven of us all doing.
My lips hurt real bad.
Yeah,
Classic.
my favorite line from that movie is I don't even know if it's a popular one, but like it's when he's talking with Rico, and Rico goes like, "What are my skills?" and everything, and
Pedro. Pedro.
Not Rico, Pedro. I am so sorry. Pedro goes, "What are my skills?" And Napoleon, he says, "Well, you got a pretty sweet bike, and you're really good at hooking up with chicks."
Stocks,
Like,
pigs, lucky.
$6. It's like $1 an hour. Like,
Trent is going as Rex Kwando.
Oh, that's
ooh,
perfect.
He's
That
got
is perfect.
the USA pants and the
Frank
he'll be
versus walk away.
yeah.
I love that scene because that is like Rex's only scene in the movie,
Hmm.
and people
Yeah.
still like they love him. Like,
Yeah.
Is
Oh, it's
anyone
awesome.
going as Kip?
Yeah, we have a Kip. We have a we have a Pedro and what's the name? Girl with the bracelets? I always forget her name. What's her name?
It's like Deb. I think it's Deborah or
Deb.
something.
Yeah, Deb. I think Colin or not Colin. Brooklyn's going as
Colin,
Deb.
Colin's
Yeah,
Deb.
Colin's he's yeah.
it's a dual role.
Yeah.
It's yeah, that's what
Colin's both Napoleon and Deb.
it is, a one man show. So I mean, yeah, that's like, look, you guys got to send me pictures, and I'll post it on I'm No Genius. So
Yep, we will, absolutely.
and it would just say Happy Halloween from I'm No Genius,
Happy Halloween from I'm No
Um,
Genius.
Speaking
Shout
of
out.
I'm No Genius, um,
the podcast that you're on right now.
well, I think our 50th episode was a success, because my mom said she really liked it, and she was like, it would be awesome if we like if you were to get the moms on the podcast. I said, yeah, that's a great idea. I'll talk with the boys. We'll think about it. We'll see what we can do. We'll have our people talk to their people.
Mhm.
But I also think it would just be really funny if we just keep egging it on. We'll get you on. We'll get you on.
Mother's Day 2024. Not this year. I mean, they got to wait till next year, but we'll
Right.
get them in eventually.
Future us problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of listen, I love all of our moms, um, because they like raised all of us, but also because they're our biggest fans and our only listeners. So
Yep.
shout out them.
And the French.
Yes, but it's just a sick comedy to me. Just we'll get you on. We will.
Just
Maybe.
just keep kicking the can down the
Maybe
road.
if you're good. Are you subscribed? Do you know how to
Yeah.
subscribe?
Have you bought the required amount of I'm No Genius merch?
See,
Or
I
anything?
can't hold that over them because I have not either.
Yeah. I think, and the whole reason we started a merch shop is because I just wanted an I'm No Genius shirt, and it was, that was the easiest way to do it. So
I mean, it's genius because it gives us the potential to maybe make money.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So, and, like say one day this thing hits big, I don't want to not have merch available, like some kind of idiot. So
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Just like
but
your SoundCloud career.
just like like my look, can you interview me really quick? I'll be a SoundCloud rapper. You interview me, just ask me about my album, stuff like that.
Uh, with us today is up and coming SoundCloud rapper Eli Berge. Eli, you have a new album dropping called Pain and Kittens. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Painted Kittens, it's this it's a concept album, really. You'll find that at no point in the album do I mention Painted Kittens, but the theme is there. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's soft like a kitten, but pain because I stabbed the guy back in fourth grade and everything. So it is what it is. Yeah,
It's real.
Um, I know your name's Eli, but you go what is your rap name you go by again?
Lil E. And it's a kind of ironic because I'm not little. I'm actually quite big. I'm
How'd
Uh,
you
I'm
come up
I'm
with that?
I'm 6'4", like 220. So if anyone's asking,
okay, Lily, you do realize that it's the middle of July. You have a beanie and a flannel on. Do you ever get hot?
shoot, man, I think I'm hot right now.
This interview is over. Get the hell out of my studio.
Thank you, Cam. That was great. That was great. Like I love developing these characters. I mean, like early, like I think it was for our last in person episode. Cam, you were talking about your film career and everything, your latest
Oh yes,
movie.
yes, 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 yes.
I think you were going up against Fast 10 at the box office. So if you guys didn't see his movie, you obviously know that it tanked. So
No, I probably blew Fast 10 out of the water.
well, a lot of movies blew Fast 10 out of the water. So like
Family.
family. I, I need I need Brittany Griner home by Christmas.
Actually, Grant, I forgot to tell you this, but I forget. It was like the other day we were hanging out with Alexa, and she just kept sending me cutouts of Vin Diesel, and I would look up, and she was just doing this.
That's awesome. That's one of my like favorite Instagram posts of all time. It's just so random, and it's just at a basketball game, just thumbs up.
Was
Me
was
and
he
Brittany Griner.
was he was he at like one of Brittany Griner's games, or was he just like
I
at a
don't know,
game?
but
No
he
idea.
needs her home by Christmas,
And she was, right? I think she
and she
was.
was.
Oh my
Thank
god!
you, thank you,
Made
Vin.
it happen.
I remember we made that clip and Grant like phrased it. He goes like, I mean, like, yeah, he sent out this tweet and he said Vin Diesel made the call. Like, oh,
Uh,
oh,
family.
dude, that's awesome. Cam, what's new with you?
Let me think. There's got to be something, right? I need a
Er,
haircut. That's new.
Yeah, it's getting way too long.
Yes. Um, every day I'm beginning to look more and more like a Q-tip. That is dirty. What else is new? I had two dinners tonight because I was a hungry boy. I had two dinners last night because I was hungry. And I don't think there's been a day on campus where I haven't had two dinners, so that's not really new. Um,
How are you not overweight? How are you not fat? It angers me.
my my head coach has this thing. It's called a whistle, and when he blows it, we have to get on the baseline and sprint up and down the basketball court. And it's one of his favorite things to do, so that helps keep the dinners off.
Oh, well,
Um,
knock
but
off the dinners.
yeah, but other than that, not much. Not much.
Oh, that's good, dude. That's good, man. How's the team looking? We ready for the season this year?
Yeah, we were supposed to have a scrimmage today. Got canceled,
Other
but
team was scared.
couldn't tell you. He just said film's canceled. We have practice tomorrow at 5:30 a.m.
Great.
Yes, sir. Um, but the team's looking. We're good. We're rearing and ready to go. Tired of beating each other up and want to hurt somebody else. So we play Cumberland's November 1st in Kentucky, and then first home game November 4th. Come on
Oh,
out if you're bored. If you're bored enough to listen to this podcast,
Blazers.
I promise you have plenty of time to come to an OCU basketball game.
yeah. I mean, like Cam, I will not be in attendance for the home opener because I'm going to be singing at a wedding.
Eli,
Whoa.
Eli.
Yeah, and my cousin is getting married, and she
Tyler Kendall.
not no
Oh,
no
okay.
not those cousins who are also my sisters. Just don't ask questions about it.
Sorry.
But no, my cousin on my dad's side is getting married, and she asked me to sing during her wedding, I will be singing "Marry Me" by Train.
Good song.
It's a classic,
Yes,
classic,
yes,
of
yes,
course.
yes, yes.
But my dad will also be officiating the wedding,
Hey now.
Big
and
time.
he kind of followed in the steps of our one and only Camden Primer, got ordained on an online website.
Do you know what church it was?
I don't know what church it was, but it was a website that did not require a another pastor like a letter of recommendation. So
Oh,
I don't know if it's as legit as yours.
I mean, I will say mine is as legit as it comes because mine did require a letter recommendation, but the site sold letters of recommendation, so I just bought one and
It's sold, but so I have to ask now. How much was your letter of recommendation?
it was part of the package that I ordered. With it came a clergy badge, a letter of good standing with the church, two letters of recommendation, two marriage license, and two fancy marriage license to award as gifts, um, and a minister card, the black card. You know,
Wow.
Oh,
yeah. And then
you got a black card?
You haven't seen the black card.
I think you showed me it once, but like, does that get you in anywhere then? Like, since I mean, you got the black
I
card,
mean,
so.
it states on it I can do marriage, baptisms, funerals, whatever need be. Just give me the call. I'll have you done right. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, I bought my good standing with the church and my letter of recommendation.
You bought your good standing with the
Yeah.
church.
Shout out Universal Life Church.
Yeah, I mean, and to all the people out there who thought the church couldn't be bought, uh, lo and behold, so
Yep.
it
And then
should.
it was just $15 to register with the state, and my signature has way more power than yours.
Yeah, quite right, dude. Oh my gosh, guys, I think it's time we call it a day, especially since Cam's got an early morning. So,
Yep.
Grant, final words.
Nothing. Good.
Nothing
Grant, you
good.
do make the perfect Uncle Rico. That costume is actually awesome.
I appreciate it. I didn't. I mean, I've got like jeans. I got more stuff I'll be wearing on Friday, but
Yep,
you guys will get the picture of the whole crew together.
love it.
You should have grown out the mustache, man.
Thought about it. I got a little one I'm gonna stick on for like pictures and stuff, but
You also
then I
got to
might
think
get
it's
like
Wednesday. The party's Friday. He'll be fine.
I could
Right?
have
Yeah.
it.
What am I even thinking about?
Yeah.
So, like, that's a good that's a good point. Cam, final words.
Sorry I was late, but I cherish the time I had on here. Thank you.
Love to hear it, buddy. From everyone here at I'm No Genius, thank you for listening. I'm Eli. He's Cam. He's Grant. Guys, have a happy Halloween, and we will see you next time.